Like about 20 minutes before I came here, I just suddenly thought it would be useful for myself as much as anything else, just to outline what it is that's inside the work. And I just started scribbling on this, and I think sometimes it's quite nice to invite, when you invite people, not everyone's going to stand there for 3 hours trying to work out the theoretical layers or anything. It's just quite nice to offer an explanation. They can look at it or not, but it's there if they're interested in these elements that exist. And it also helps me to just put down what is actually within it. And then on the other side, there's the same thing. Well, the rest of it, just like the sound elements in it, that are just another lens of the way of framing. Really, the clips in the piece they're quite ambiguous, so I'm interested in, when we go to a show or an exhibition, we kind of see things, we bring a lot to that ourselves, so we frame it ourselves depending on what mood or what state we're in, and that's a way of seeing things. So these clips are sometimes they're quite empty vessels, and so I'm interested in us seeing them in different ways, projecting things onto them ourselves, and then the sounds are another lens, another way for us to see them. I've got a lot of small videos of me just throwing a ball, and what I like about that is the feeling of the movement, but also the sound you get in the area. The ball acts as a way of trying to get a sound. So what I've done for the performance is, on my phone, I've got the original sound of the ball against the wall, but I'll try and play it in sync so it's like I'm re-throwing it, and then you can manipulate it. Each piece has different sounds connected to it, so the idea is that they all loop and go in and out of sync, and then sometimes I will pick a sound from a different thing and play a different thing, so the sound will basically turned on from one of the pieces, and then sometimes I'll play something which is meant to be for all three, like a composition. More just about like, without saying potential, just creating a sort of language through movement and how it relates to sound, and seeing what new phrases I can kind of produce while improvising with the sounds. So yeah, for me it's about movement, the feeling of the movement juxtaposed with sounds. There are some longer pieces, and these shorter pieces are kind of, I don't know, they're like the punctuation around the longer pieces, but they also kind of make sense on their own, or a different kind of sense. They're captured sort of every day, and yeah, I mean, I don't want to say hundreds, that's too many, but I sort of collect one a day or a couple a week, and then obviously the editing makes them become what they are now, or they just get lost or thrown away. I suppose they're quite ephemeral in a way. They're made very quickly, and they're discarded quickly, or they're incorporated quite quickly. Together they have a language, whereas on their own, I think it's juxtaposed that they become to mean something else. So there isn't, like I said before, there is, I feel like a musicality to it, the phrasing and the gaps between the pieces and how they interplay. But it's just about if you like imagine they're like words and you're just trying to construct a sentence that might have some kind of might convey might convey something in a more direct or abstract way. I like the phone as a tool to quickly collect things and then use them and then not use them. It feels very much just like everyday action for me. So there is something very throwaway, and I like this idea of constructing something bigger out of smaller moments that don't particularly have any meaning on their own.
Resistance. Résistance.
Resistance.
Resistance. Persistance.
Persistence.